Welcome to Rats, Mice and Kids, the show where parents become the experts at teaching science to their kids. Hi everyone, I'm Amelia.
And I'm Annie. Amelia, I wanted to talk to you about emotions.
Oh boy.
No. About how we can manipulate emotions to learn science.
Yeah, that doesn't sound unethical, but Annie, science isn't about emotion, it is about hardcore facts.
Yeah, I mean, it's about hardcore facts, but with a statistical uncertainty. But all humans are about emotions, and emotions can do some pretty powerful stuff when it comes to learning.
Alright then, give us an example.
Do you remember that lecture that we had that was about building a website and measuring metrics?
I don't even think that we actually
Do you remember that lecture we had where Dr. Walker shot an angry bird out of a teddy bear cannon?
But yeah, that's actually a good example.
Thank you. So we recall that memory way easier because it was linked to a stronger emotion. And stronger emotions help us remember. So the novelty of the class sparked curiosity, the anticipation of waiting for the cannon to go off, the surprise bang when it did. These all fed into our experience learning about liquid nitrogen.
Okay, so how can parents manipulate, harmless emotions when teaching their kids about science?
Well, one way is to go on that emotional journey with them. Embody the reaction that you want them to feel, because your emotion can be contagious. It's kind of like what actors do, essentially.
Yeah, and the opposite of that, a presenter or a teacher with no enthusiasm is pretty boring.
You think I'm boring?
Annie, focus.
Indeedy, okay, and researchers have found this too. Frenzel and colleagues found that the enthusiasm of school teachers transfers to their students, and it positively correlates with their learning. Amelia, I know you use emotions really well in your show. What do you like to use?
I am a big fan of frustration.
How come?
Because the right amount of frustration can actually cause people to dig into problem solving. Let me tell you a story. The American physicist Professor Julius Sumner-Miller once set up a balance experiment at the beginning of one of his lectures. He famously asked, "Why is it so?" and then left the experiment unanswered for the rest of class. That night, the students were so frustrated about the answer that they actually broke into their hostel kitchen and set up the experiment on their own to try and figure out what was going on.
That is so good. Masterful. I think it's important to mention that there is a fine balance between enhancing frustration and not doing the I know something you don't know.
Yeah, I guess the difference being that going about it that way would be disempowering for your audience, whereas we actually want to empower them to discover answers all on their own. I guess your role would be facilitator rather than knowledge holder.
Yeah, neat. So another one that everyone loves, of course, is humour. And this is also being correlated with learning in the classroom. So the big one that's discussed in the literature on science shows is curiosity. Apparently, if you can evoke curiosity, Amelia, that's linked to longer-term recall of science demonstrations.
Hence the teddy bear cannon.
Hence the teddy bear cannon. So if parents want to evoke curiosity, one way they can do that is perform something counterintuitive.
Like the teddy bear cannon.
Like the teddy bear cannon.
Okay.
For example, in our second episode, we looked at how familiar objects like soft drink cans can do something unexpected, just like our teddy bear. I want to call this the what the heck effect.
Alright, well, I think it's time to do our own, slightly scaled down version of the teddy bear cannon. But to do this, I think we gotta go outside.
The real outside.
The real outside.
Okay, shall we go there?
3, 2, 1!
tissues. Right, so to make your pop rocket, what you're going to need is a film canister, or anything that has a poppable lid. You could use a yogurt container. Have a play around with what you can use. Now, you can make two types of pop rockets. The first type is with bicarb soda and a little bit of vinegar. So what you do is you get a teaspoon of bicarb and you can mix it up either in a glass, or I'm just going to pop mine straight into the lid of my film canister. Now we want to turn that into a bit of a paste. So I'm going to get some water and just put a couple of drops on there. Alright, so I made a paste here inside my lid. I'm going to get my container and fill it up 1/3. So that's about 1/3 vinegar. Alright, now make sure you're wearing eye protection when you do this, and quickly get out of the way once you form your bomb. I'm going to pop the lid on this pop rocket, shake it a little bit and put it to. So another way that you can make a pop rocket is with a Fizzy aspirin tablet. You open up your aspirin and you can break it up so that that chemical reaction happens a little bit quicker. So I've just popped that into the lid, and instead of vinegar you can use water. So you fill up your container to about 1/3. Looking good? Alright, let's see if this works. Oh no!
Three, two, one.
I totally spun the same way as you that time.
Have a go at this demo and share your ideas about where you can bring emotion in to teach your kids about science.
Now, Amelia and I are science show presenters, but we are also master students, and we're trying to improve the way that we communicate science. So we would love your feedback on our videos. You can make a comment in the comment section, and you can find us on Facebook or Instagram at Rats, Mice and Kids.
Happy experimenting!